Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and it's time to learn from my mistakes. Normally, I buy potting soil to start my babies in. This year, I just used organic gardening soil, and I added my own homemade fertilizer. Now, I was warned by Stephen that it may be too high in some of the nutrients, and I'm pretty sure that's what this white stuff is. But as you can see, this is taking up a lot of space on my dining room table, and they're not very happy. Some of them are really happy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these trays out, and I'm going to transplant all of these out of the individual seed cells and just into the bottom of the tray, because they just need more room and they need better soil. So I'm going to put them into the potting mix I should have bought in the first place. Okay, so here is the tray that this was sitting in, and I have filled it full of the good stuff. To cause as little shock to the baby celery plants as possible, I dug them out with the handle of a spoon out of the individual cell trays. Then I planted them, soil and all, into the potting soil, hoping that between the potting soil and the over-rich nutrients in the soil that it was planted in, that it would strike an equal balance. But it was a really big job. You know, I'm actually going to get more celery plants in one of these trays than I did with the individual cells. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is because they have a pretty shallow root system, celery does, but they do need more soil than what they were getting in these individual seed cells. So, you know, it may seem like more plants in less space, but the truth is they're getting more soil and less of the hot nutrients that I overdid when I was transplanting them with my homemade soil. Right? So, learn from my mistakes. Okay. So here is one of my Brandywine tomatoes, and see how I planted it halfway down? Well, I'm just going to loosen it, and I'm just going to pull up these leaves. And I'm still going to have a little bit of room left. To put in a little bit more soil when I need to. Now these are the Manitoba tomatoes, and they're doing really well. I am just keeping the best of the best. So I'm going to pull this out just a little bit because I want to get this down just a little bit deeper into the soil. Now we're going to drop him right down in like that. Fill it up. And hopefully by the time these go out in the garden, they'll already be in blossom. They'll be that big. You see all the hairs on the stem? They become roots when you plant it. So that's why I transplant my tomatoes several times to give the strongest possible start I can. It's taken me years to grow tomatoes this far north. But apparently these Manitoba tomatoes are really good for our climate, except I don't know how big they are. And I'm just going to drop some soil right on top here, this one. Okay. All right, so here are the 4 trays. That was 6 trays, and they're already perking up. Now, there's my pepper plants, and for some reason, only the banana peppers grew. And here are my tomato plants that I have planted deeper. And that means I have more room. Yay! This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, I'm not a gardener, folks. I learn something new every year. Never stop learning. Take care. God bless.